miss? Alright, good enough. Oh. So, I was going to apologize for making such a long video, that last video, but you know what? What I said about how sometimes you put music on as just background noise to make life a little more pleasant, because there's this aesthetic beauty that comes in when you've got background noise, music as background noise. These videos aren't really designed to be background noise. They're designed to be something that you sit down and you're kind of absorbed for however long. So if the video gets long, as long as you're absorbed and you're interested and you know what I mean, you're learning something, you're entertained, etc., 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 I think it's okay for them to be kind of long sometimes. I'm gonna try to stick to just a half hour, but you know, sometimes stuff like that doesn't work. Song was a little too high for me, at least first thing in the morning. Is this the end? I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't really want to tune down my whole guitar. Full step. I don't know if this is gonna work. Alright, I'll just bite the bullet and sing it high. In real life, in real life, good guys aren't all good. And bad guys, well, they aren't all bad. It should be common sense that each of us is some odd mix of love and lust. That's right. Is this the end? The very last climb? Or never ending end of times? I want to have my say. Or do I want to feel I'm right? I want to feel okay, so I can just go fly my kite. Accept yourself and others too, and see that they're a lot like you. and each just has his role to hold, and everyone's more friend than foe. I didn't do 2 measures, that's okay. Is this the end, the very last climb, or never ending end of times? I want to have my say, or do I want to feel I'm right? I want to feel okay, so I can just go fly my kite. That's the end, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna try to make this the final one before I end this series and go on to a new one. In real life, good guys aren't all good, and bad guys, well, they aren't all bad. It should be common sense that each of us is some odd mix of love and lust. Is this the end, the very last climb, or never ending end of times? I want to have my say, or do I want to feel I'm right? I want to feel okay, so I can just go fly my kite. Accept yourself and others too, and see that they're a lot like you. And each just has his role to hold, and everyone's more friend than foe. Is this the end, the very last climb, or never ending end of times? I want to have my say, or do I want to feel I'm right? I want to be or feel okay, so I can just go fly my kite. One more time on the chorus. Is this the end? The very last climb? Oh, never ending end of times. I want to have my say. Or do I want to feel I'm right? I want to feel okay so I can just go fly my kite. That's it. Would be a good title for this. How about I'll Be Flying My Kite? What's this song about? It's about good guys and bad guys, and how people aren't 100% good or 100% bad. You have a lot more in common with everyone on earth than you do have in disagreement. So there's not really a reason to hate anybody. There are little ideas or actions somebody might take, sometimes great actions that somebody might take that are very hateful, but individual people, they're mostly a lot like you. And then, is this the end of the very last climb? Is this like the end of the world? Are we transitioning into that? Or have we been at the end of times for 100 years, 300 years already? And all of us who are alive today in 2022 are going to be long dead before the end actually comes. I don't know. And then there's this thing of speaking up for yourself, but are you doing that just in a quest for truth, or are you doing it just to try to pretend that you're right even if you're wrong? And then the closing notion is just being able to go have fun or go take a nap or something. You don't have to worry about anything. So it's a whole bunch of different ideas all together. I've kind of said what it means to me, but it's going to mean a different thing to every single person. Anyway, I think we're going to call it on this song. So that's 3 series of how-to videos, how to write a song, and 3 completed songs so far. I hope to have 300 someday. What else can I say? Hopefully this makes sense. If you've watched all the videos, you know that I just pulled a rabbit out of my hat as far as these words, as far as the melody I'm singing them on. Again, if you have access to any kind of keyboard or piano, just tap on a bass note and start singing your song on that, using that bass note as your chord. In real life, good guys aren't all good. See how easy that is? And bad guys, well, they aren't all bad. You can either pluck a string or make the little padded hammers inside a piano tap your string. It should be common sense that each of us is some odd mix of love and lust. how easy that is. It's not like you have to have mastery of an instrument. You just pluck something out and come up with a melody that you think sounds good. You might do a completely different melody than I have. You might have a song that only has one chord. Just stick with that, right? And just kind of sing the words that you've come up with, or come up with a melody that you're just humming. That's a melody just off the top of my head with one chord. So if you like your melody and you decide to stick with it, come up with some words that go with that melody or go with the rhythm on which you're singing that melody. It's so easy to write music. Don't worry if it's not a masterpiece. It's not Beethoven's, is it the ninth? It's da 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 da. Might be, whatever. Don't worry if you're not a freaking master. You know, you're not, what's another awesome rock song that's just, well, Freebird is considered to be a masterpiece, but I don't know, it's just not my can of bananas. Now I feel it's incumbent upon me to come up with, all right, 2112 by Rush. The song that you write might not be 2112. Nothing I've written comes even close to 2112. But, you know, do it for a few years and maybe you'll come up with a magnum opus. But for now, you got to allow yourself to just write whatever you write at your level. You have to accept who you are and what you can do. A man has to know his limitations. I think that's a quote from a Clint Eastwood movie. So just try. Don't worry about what Yoda says. Try not, do or do not. There is no try. Absolutely, there's try. Trying is doing. So don't worry about that. Just give it a shot. You can go to like a what am I going to call it? Online garage sale and find a cheap guitar. Forget about what I said about how if you have a really cheap guitar, it's hard to keep it in tune and maybe it doesn't sound that great, but just start wherever you are. Go spend 25, 30 bucks. I don't know how much it's going to be in your area, but find a guitar and just start plucking those strings. Watch a video on how to tune it. What are the pitches to tune each string to? I kind of did it in that one of the videos a couple of videos ago, but the electronic tuners are really cheap too. I mean, 10 bucks. Anyway, that'd be your cheapest option. Plus, you don't really need that much space wherever you live for a guitar. Anyway, start dinking around on it. Watch a video on how to play those silly chords that I play. 5 chord, 1 chord, minor or major, right? And then the 4 chord, minor or major. Ooh, you can put a 7th. You only need those 3 chords, or just a 1 chord, or 2 chords. The 2 most important chords are the 1 chord and the 5 chord. So this is our 1 chord in our minor key. This is our 5 chord. That's all you need. So for the first bunch of that, it's 2 chords, and then he adds that third chord. I can't do it fast enough or well enough, but Beethoven, the master, wrote probably almost the most famous classical piece of music for just dummies like you and me that don't listen to classical music all the time. And it's mostly just those 3 chords that we just used to write this silly song right here. It's easy. And if it's yours, you're going to love it. And the people who love you are going to have enough patience to sit there and listen to the crap that you wrote. You know what I mean? It's only crap until it gets in people's ears. It gets into their hearts and minds, and they learn to love it and embrace it, and it becomes awesome. What's that one song? Oh, some crappy 70s rock song that is so stupid and ugly and just a piece of crap. You know, they just lipstick on a pig. Everybody loves that song. So simple. There's nothing awesome about the melody or the words, but it somehow got onto the radio and we all heard it a million times, and pretty soon we just learned to love it. That's how music is. It's just, you acquire the taste. It's like sardines or sushi or liver and onions. You know, you eat it a few times and you hate it at first, but after a while you just, you know, this isn't that bad. And then after many more times of eating it, you come home hungry and think to yourself, what am I craving? And the surprising answer is liver and onions. That's what I'm craving. So that's how music is. There's almost no song that I hear for the first time that I go, this is so awesome. I just hear it and go, oh, either that's okay or, ugh. And then I just eventually over time acquire the taste, learn to love it. All right, that's enough for now. I already have the idea for my next song. Mostly the lyrics and the music that I write are kind of dark, so be ready for that. Positivity is an awesome thing. I wish I could be really super positive all the time and optimistic, but the experiences in life can be very negative and can really get you down. So I have a lot of experience with that, even though my life is awesome right now with my new wife. So this next song is going to provide a bit of a backstory and explanation for why I wrote that song that I have on my channel, No More Love Songs. Because love, I think, almost all the time ends up being just a nightmare. Because men and women, even just people in general, are oil and water. You get 2 people together and it's oil and water. They don't mix. I don't know if you've ever heated up oil to the point to where you could fry French fries in it. So it's really hot. You got a pot of just almost boiling hot oil, and then you put a bunch of water in it. It actually explodes. It is amazing. And that's kind of how relationships are. That's kind of how love is. You know, at first it seems like this person's perfect and so great, but as you get to know people, it's like, oh, okay, you're just as big a dork as I am, and I can kind of live with myself, but I don't like living with you. So that's what most of my songs are going to end up being about. People in general, relationships in general, and then sometimes specifically, as a man, my view of women. And I, just by virtue of being me, by virtue of being a man, My perspective is going to be that the male perspective that has been branded mansplaining by the retards out there. Of course, that's going to be the view that I'm going to endorse and that I'm going to embrace and that I'm going to espouse and preach is the male perspective, because I think it's the best, because I'm a male, I'm a man, and I think the way I look at things is the best. So that's what you're going to get. And of course, if I back up just a skosh and view it from a little bit more of a distance, a little bit more altitude, I'll see that, oh yeah, the things that I'm saying and the opinions that I'm articulating and trying to convey are just that. They're just my opinion. And that's okay. You're going to have your opinion too. Almost everyone on earth is going to disagree with what I say, but I don't know. We're also going to find some common ground. I think already these 3 poems that I've written on these videos, I think you can get some of the ideas from it that you're like, yeah, I can see that. I can see the truth in that. I can see the merit in that. So already you can see that as a human being, there's a lot that you and I have to agree on. All right. Just had enough pontificating for a minute. Okay. So I look forward to starting a new song, starting a new series, and my thoughts and wishes and prayers are with you all, that you can be happy, you can accept life, you can go out and do and be despite the stumbling blocks in your way. It's going to be all right. It really is. We, the good guys, are going to win. And really, there aren't any fully bad guys, as this song attempts to explain. All right, that's enough for now. Love you guys. Bye.